The owner of the New England Patriots admits he remains intrigued by the prospect of owning a Premier League but says he is concerned about being without a salary cap in the place. Video Premier League highlights Robert Kraft, whose family also owned the New England Revolution of Major League Soccer and were a key member in founding MLS back in 1996, spoke to the BBC about potentially investing in the place in the future. It is obviously something the Kraft family has been looking at for a while. As Liverpool's former chief executive Rick Perry met him in 2005 before they were sold to the first of their consecutive American owners, George Gillett and Tom Hicks, in 2007. "I like to win at whatever I do. But without a salary cap I'm concerned that we might be at a disadvantage," Kraft said. "We helped found MLS in America. Our league here is starting to really develop, and with our soccer team we've gone to the championship game 5 times in 21 years. I'm just concerned in the Premier League that we might not, with all the different ways of operating, we're not as familiar with all of them. Let's say people from all over the world come in and buy teams and maybe they have different reasons for doing it and managing it. And you have to compete with that, and I'm not sure. But I'm still intrigued. With the Fenway Sports Group now owning Liverpool, could we see a sale across Beantown to the Kraft family anytime soon? I don't think so." Kraft has been a longtime investor in soccer in the U.S. with the Revs and MLS, but many question, and rightly so, their inability to build a soccer-specific stadium in Boston for the club. It seems like the Kraft family are only willing to invest the bare minimum in their MLS franchise. And Kraft's worries about the lack of a salary cap in the place suggest that his understanding of the way the global soccer world works, outside of MLS, is limited, and he isn't serious about investing in a Premier League team anytime soon. Follow at JPW_NBC Sports. Arsene Wenger has given the biggest indication yet that Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil could both be sold in January. Video Premier League highlights with the duo out of contract on July 1, 2018, they are free to negotiate a free summer transfer with non-English teams from January 1. Speaking ahead of Arsenal's game at Watford on Saturday, watch live 12:30 p.m. ET on NBC and online via NBCSports.com. Wenger said no deadline has been set for new deals to be signed and admitted it is possible for them to be sold in January. "No, not at the moment," Wenger said about a deadline for new deals, before adding, "Once you are in our kind of situation, we have envisaged every kind of solution. Yes, it's possible they will be sold in January." This update from Wenger comes 24 hours after Ozil's agent suggested there had been positive talks between Arsenal and his client and that the German playmaker wants to stay in the Premier League for the next 2 to 3 years. Wenger agreed that Ozil's situation is looking much more positive. "That's my understanding, yes. I always said that the fact that we didn't find an agreement last year doesn't mean the player will necessarily leave," Wenger said. "Both Ozil and Alexis look happy here, and overall I hope that the situation can be turned around. At the moment we are not close enough to announcing anything. So, close, but no cigar." Ozil seems the more likely to stick around at Arsenal, which could divide opinion among fans, but Alexis' future is more uncertain. Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City continued to be linked with the move for the Chilean superstar, who is now dealing with the disappointment of not reaching the 2018 World Cup with his nation. As for Ozil, he's been linked with the move to Manchester United, and if Arsenal could get a sizable transfer fee from United in January, 6 months before he could leave for free, should they take that deal if clubs offer $30 million each for Sanchez and Ozil in January, without the duo signing a new deal at Arsenal, then they should be sold and everyone can move on from this draining, seemingly endless saga. Of course, the players would have to agree to a move away, and they'd likely dig their heels in to remain at Arsenal, then leave for free in the summer when they could potentially bag a much bigger signing-on bonus from a new team. These comments from Wenger were likely meant to try and speed up the process and find out once and for all if the duo intend to stay beyond this season. The mind games continue. Follow at JPW_NBC Sports. The final U17 World Cup group games in Groups A and B take place on Thursday, and the Baby Yanks are in action. Live watch U17 World Cup. Here John Hackworth's men have already secured their spot in the round of 16, and India and the US are looking to compile a 100% record in the group stage as they face second-place Colombia, who aren't guaranteed to advance. Now, more than ever, the US national team needs a positive result from their youngsters to soothe an angry soccer nation. Hosts India need a big win against Ghana to have any chance of advancing to the knockout rounds, while Ghana knows a win will likely see them through to the last 16. More Day 5 Roundup. U17 World Cup in Group B. Paraguay have already advanced after winning their opening 2 games, scoring 7 goals in the process, while Turkey, New Zealand and Mali all have a chance of finishing second and making the last 16. Here's a look at Wednesday's schedule. You can live stream every game through Telemundo Deportes. Group A: USA vs. Colombia, 10:30 a.m. ET. Ghana vs. India, 10:30 a.m. ET. Group B: Turkey vs. Paraguay, 7:30 a.m. ET. Mali vs. New Zealand, 7:30 a.m. ET. Injuries have hurt his time on the pitch since joining MLS, and it appears Kaká's time in the United States will end very soon. More which managers should be in the running to replace Bruce Arena. The Brazilian announced on Wednesday that he won't renew his contract with Orlando City SC, which ends at the conclusion of the 2017 season. As you all know, my contract with Orlando City ends this year. My final decision is not to renew, Kaká said. I will honor this jersey till the end as always, he continued. Kaká, 35, joined the Lions in 2014 prior to the club's official start in MLS, after making a name for himself with the likes of Real Madrid and AC Milan. Since coming to the Eastern Conference side, Kaká has netted 23 goals in all competitions, but only managed 4 this season in 15 matches after battling numerous injuries. It is unclear whether or not the Brazilian will continue his playing career beyond 2017, but if he does, it almost certainly won't be in MLS. Follow at Madrid Football. Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo just made it. Gareth Bale, Edin Dzeko and Alexis Sanchez weren't as fortunate. While only 23 of the 32 qualifiers for next year's World Cup have been determined, there's already a long list of high-profile players who have missed the cut. More growing sense of entitlement amongst U.S. soccer culture must stop. Here's a 343 lineup of some of the biggest names who will be watching the action in Russia from the sidelines. Goalkeeper Jan Oblak, Slovenia. The most expensive goalkeeper in the Spanish league at Atletico Madrid, the 24-year-old Oblak was included in the last 2 Champions League squads of the season. Defenders Antonio Valencia, Ecuador. A reliable, hard-top-pass, attacking right-back and captain for Manchester United, Valencia plays in midfield for Ecuador. Virgil van Dijk, Netherlands. An imposing centre-back for Southampton, Van Dijk has been targeted for a transfer by Premier League rivals Liverpool and Chelsea. David Alaba, Austria. This versatile left-back has been a regular for Bayern Munich for the past 6 years. Central midfielders Arturo Vidal, Chile. Part of Chile's golden generation that helped the team to the 2015 and 2016 Copa America titles. The 30-year-old Vidal retired from his national team after a 30 loss to Brazil left Chile out on goal difference. Henrik Mkhitaryan, Armenia. A top assist man at Manchester United, Mkhitaryan is one of the most creative players in the Premier League. Wingers Arjen Robben, Netherlands. Another Bayern Munich veteran who announced his international retirement after a failed qualification campaign. Robben won the Bronze Ball Award when he helped the Netherlands to the 2010 World Cup final. Christian Pulisic, United States. A player with the potential to become the U.S. team's first real international standout, the 19-year-old Pulisic has already broken a series of youngest records with Borussia Dortmund and the United States. Forwards Alexis Sanchez, Chile. Another member of Chile's golden generation, Sanchez has been an able scorer wherever he's gone, from Udinese in Serie A to Barcelona in Spain and now in his 4th season at Arsenal in the Premier League. Edin Dzeko, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Last season's Serie A scoring leader at Roma, this old-fashioned centre-forward is a lethal finisher. Gareth Bale, Wales. A multi-talented threat for Real Madrid, Bale led Wales to the semi-finals of last year's European Championship, which remains his only major international tournament. AP sports writer Steve Douglas in Manchester, England contributed. More AP World Cup coverage http://www.appnews.com /World Cup